Welcome to the Virginia Carolina Deer Tracts podcast. I'm Mike Davis.
And I'm Sean Mills.
And we're here to talk about everything real estate
and the great outdoors
in both Virginia
and North Carolina.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the latest and greatest episode of the Virginia Carolina Deer Tracts podcast. My good buddy Sean couldn't be with us today. Conflict in schedule, it happens, but as they say, the show must go on. But as you can see, sitting beside me here, we do have a special guest with us today, Mr. Bailee Henderson. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm hanging in there. Bailee is the winner of our first ever bear contest that we had as part of our Big Buck and Bear contest this year. So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
And also had a couple of really nice bucks that he entered into the contest this year too. So, man, you had a heck of a season this year.
Yes, sir, I did.
He's a chatterbox, let me tell you. All right, Bailee, well, here's your chance to shine. Let's start off. Why don't you announce to the world who you are? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so my name is Bailee Henderson. Like to hunt, fish, ride four-wheelers, and I play baseball for Halifax County High School. I do YouTube on the side after all that. I just like to film my adventures and doing everything I love to do.
Well, that about sums it up, and we will get into the YouTube channel later. Lots of good stuff to check out there. So why don't we get started? Let's go back to the bear. If I understand correctly, that was your first bear you ever got. Is that right?
Yes, sir, it was.
All right. Why don't you tell us a story? Tell us about the hunt. What was going on?
All right, so we were down there sitting on a creek bottom waiting for the dogs to jump, and they jumped the bear. They had one treed, and we went down there. We didn't have permission, but the game warden was with us, and we went and knocked on the door and got permission. We went down to the creek. He was treed, and it was my first ever bear, so they let me shoot it. We flipped a coin for it, and I won the coin flip, so they let me shoot it, and it only took one shot, and it dropped it.
So you did a coin flip. Now, I'm assuming that might be between another person who was maybe their first bear?
Yes, sir.
Also? Okay. Now, was this part of your hunting club, or was this something special, something else?
So I got a buddy down in North Carolina, and he brought some people up there that had dogs, and they did it for us.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool. That's one thing I have not tried is hunting bear by dogs.
It's pretty fun. I'd go hunting with bear, with dogs more than I would. If somebody was to bring deer dogs, I'd rather go bear hunting.
Okay. Well, all right. So how big was the bear?
It was probably right around 200 pounds.
Okay. Hey, if you don't think 200 pounds sounds like a lot, try dragging it out of the woods. That's all I can tell you. I've done it. I think mine that I killed a few years ago was about 250, and I ended up getting knee surgery over it. So I'm well aware of what's involved there. But congratulations on your first bear. That's awesome.
Thank you.
How did it feel to not only get your first bear, but to win the contest?
It felt amazing.
Yeah, you got some cool prizes, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll post that picture later, but our sponsors donated some pretty cool prizes, and we're really happy to share that with you.
Thank you.
Now, you also submitted 2 bucks this year on the contest. So why don't you tell me about those? Describe those hunts to us.
All right, so my first one that I killed was with the muzzleloader. It was an 11-pointer. I had him on camera for all of summer, and I was after him. But then about when bow season came around, he just completely disappeared, and I had no clue where he went. But then about right at the last week of bow season, my buddy had him on camera, so we were both in there hard after him, and he just slipped up one evening. I was sitting in the woods in the climber, just sitting for the first time in the new stand that I put up. And I saw a doe, and then there was a little 8-pointer and a spike chasing that doe. So I was just filming them with my phone, and then next thing I know, I heard a grunt, and I looked up. There's a great big 11-pointer just standing there, and I smoked him with the muzzleloader, and he dropped in his tracks.
No track job necessary. That is my kind of hunt right there.
And then I called my dad, and he came down there and helped me get him up.
So that's cool. 11-pointer, you've been watching him all summer. To me, there's something really special about being able to harvest an animal that you've been watching all summer like that. I can't speak for for everybody else, but I know when I do that, it just kind of seems to mean a little bit more, because you're like personally kind of invested in that animal at that point. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, it just takes a whole bunch of preparation and hard work to be able to even be able to chase these animals.
Yeah, yes, that is very true. And sometimes, no matter how much preparation you do, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way, and that was the case for me this year. So I'm glad the luck was shining on somebody this year. So that's good. That's good. Tell me, and that was muzzleloader. So your second buck was rifle. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Opening day.
Okay. So how did that hunt go down?
So me and my dad were going out hunting. It was on a property that we were about to lose, so we were kind of just going out after anything that looked pretty nice. And I sent him to the better stand out the two, and we really didn't have any nice bucks on camera other than at the spot he went to. So I went down in the bottom not expecting much, and I seen a doe. It was about probably 9 a.m. I seen the doe. I've been sitting there, ain't seen nothing. And then about 20 minutes go by after the doe came through. I looked behind me and just happened to see a rat coming through the cutover. And he stepped out onto the little roadbed that we have. It's probably a 80-yard shot, and it's probably only like a 5-yard wide little entrance where you can even shoot a deer right there. And I just saw it looked like one nice side, so I pulled the trigger. I thought I missed. I really didn't know. I couldn't find any blood for about 30 minutes or so after I was looking. I found my first speck of blood. Went up and got my dad, and he helped me track it, and it probably only ran about 80 yards. And that was the story right there.
So let me get this straight. You put your dad on the best stand that day, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, normally when you hear stories like this, it's the dad putting the son on the best stand. How did you sure you put him on the best stand, or did you know what you were doing?
No, I put him on the best stand. That's where we had all the big bucks on camera at.
It's okay. Dad's in the room with us, so, you can tell me later. It's all good. So, I mean, that's, that in and of itself, a bear and two very, very nice bucks in the same season. I mean, that is a dream season for a lot of people. So, man, I just congratulations again. That's pretty awesome. Did you get any other deer, like any does or anything?
Yeah, I killed a few does with the dogs running them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's awesome. Man, that's a full season. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of dragging.
Yes, sir.
A lot of skinning. That's a lot of stuff. I killed my one doe this year at the last week of the season, and after I fooled with her, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm done. But you're nice and young and vibrant. You've got the energy to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, try to drop them all though, so they don't go nowhere, and I ain't got to drag them.
Yeah, next year I'm just going to call you. Hey Bailee, come get this stuff on me.
I'll bring the four up there and put it on the 4-wheeler.
That'll work. That'll work. I'm never smart enough to do things like that. Okay. Well, that was an amazing season. I don't know how you're gonna top that next year, but I know you're gonna try.
And try to. All the hard work and preparation starts now. It's February. It's time to start looking for sheds and looking for where deer are going to be at for next year come summertime.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I've always said that deer season never really ends. I mean, as soon as the season is over, the next one is really starting.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's the time to start, doing a little extra scouting, and then it's time for sheds, and then it's time for turkey season, and then it's just, it's constantly going. Do you do a lot of shed hunting?
Yes, sir. I try to. I'm not the best at it, but I get out there in the woods and look for them.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you, people seem to be really good at it. And I am not one of those people. I have spent countless hours walking the woods, hitting all the spots that I at least think I should hit. And if I find one antler a year, I've done something. I don't know how these people come away with just armfuls and the back of their pickup truck filled up with them, but they do. So glad to hear I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
It struggles with
I
that.
probably only find like 3 to 5 a year, and I mainly find them on like edge of fields and bean fields and stuff.
Man, if you find 3 to 5, you're smoking me, dude. That's all I can tell you. So, all right. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is, I actually had started following you a little bit before the contest. Before I even knew who you were, because you have your own YouTube channel called Lickskillet Outdoor Adventures. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. And so, I had just, I don't know, I don't remember how I came across the video, or somebody shared something on Facebook or something like that. But I was like, okay, here's this local dude, doing some stuff that, all right, let's check it out. So, um, so saw some, pretty neat stuff right off the get go. And, of course, and then got to know you just a little bit through our messaging back and forth on Facebook during the contest and stuff. But why don't you tell everybody a little bit about this channel? Because I think you're doing remarkable things with it.
All right, well, I started this channel off probably about 2 years ago, but then I kind of just quit at it because I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to see. So about 3 months ago, I started back doing it hard, and it's called Lickskillet Outdoor Adventures, and we do a whole bunch of hunting on it right now. But now the hunting season's kind of going away, we're going to start turkey hunting, looking for turkeys, calling them in. Hopefully we'll have a great season with that. Then after turkey season goes out, we can do some fishing, and then back to hunting after fishing, maybe riding some four-wheelers also.
Yeah, I mean, this channel has a little bit of everything. So, there's, all kinds of hunting. So we got deer hunting on there. You've got rabbit hunting, dove hunting, turkey, bear. So you got all the hunting stuff. You've got, you've got product reviews on there, right? You've did an e-bike recently.
Yes, sir.
I think you did a four-wheel. You've done one of those Tadwee ground blinds. You've done some stuff there. You've got you do some trapping.
Yes, sir. I got a few sponsors for trapping.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So last time I checked, you were like over 1,200 subscribers. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I hit like 1,200 subscribers less than 10 days ago.
That is, I don't know if people understand what an achievement that is. And somebody that runs his own YouTube channel that has nowhere near those numbers, by the way, I think it's very impressive. Again, I don't know you that well, so I have to make a lot of assumptions about you, but, obviously you seem to be a young man of good character. Comes from a good family. You're surrounded by good people, and it looks like you're doing things the right way, and it looks like people are responding to that. So again, congratulations on your channel. You're doing great.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I got a great fan base out there, and everybody just loves. It's so great to see local support and just how everybody watches the videos and say how much they love them. And you really don't know how many people are watching you until you get those little comments that you don't even know who they are, and they just tell you that they love your videos, and it really means a lot.
It does. I agree with that. Just based on, we talked earlier that this is really a labor of love, and we all put a lot of work into this stuff, and just because we enjoy it so much, and like you said, it can be kind of frustrating when you don't get a lot of response to something that you've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into. But at the end of the day, it just takes that one comment, that one somebody reaching out to say how much they enjoyed it or whatever, that just makes it all worth it. So you've been doing it for a couple years now. What made you want to start the YouTube channel to begin with? What inspired you?
Well, really, when I was younger, I always used to just film myself having fun and fishing and all kinds of stuff. But here lately, I just wanted to just spread what I've been doing and just film everything, so that way when I'm older, I can kind of go back and watch all these videos and just see what I was doing when I was younger.
Now, do you have any goals of taking this to the next level, like actually, having your own hunting show, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to try my hardest to just film for the rest of my life. Hopefully it all comes out and the dream comes true.
Yeah, I wish I had some advice to offer there. I know it will be very, very challenging, very difficult, just like any endeavor, that any dream you chase, it's not going to be easy. But if you stick with it and keep on doing it for the right reasons, hopefully it'll pay off for you one day.
Yes, sir. Hopefully the Lord helps me out with the YouTube channel also.
Well, it seems to be working out for you so far, I'd say.
Yes, sir.
What we can talk about a couple of different things on that channel, but one in particular, I watched it earlier today, and I think it was your most recent video where you talked about losing, I guess, one of your properties that you had permission to hunt.
Yes, sir.
So,
It was a property that we grew up on hunting. I probably hunted it my whole life. My dad hunted it, my grandpa hunted it, and it just recently got sold. So we just lost able to hunt on it.
man. Well, I think what I took away from that video, because I think we've all been there. I think we've all had something, even if it wasn't hunting land, something that we've lost or had taken away from us. But I think the message that you were given in that video was a very positive and uplifting message in response to that, where it would have been very easy, especially, no offense, but especially to a younger person, it would have been very easy to go a negative direction with your emotions and even make a negative video, kind of, excuse my language, but bitching and whining about it, that kind of thing. So, again, I found it very impressive that, your response was very level-headed, and hey, when one door closes, another one will open. And, just got to roll up the sleeves and go to work and make it happen. So I think that's a message that all of us can learn something from, no matter what the age, no matter what the circumstance is, and I think a lot of your videos that I have seen, you kind of put off that vibe. So I certainly encourage people to check these videos out, check the channel out. We will, I'll put a link with the podcast and everything that where people can click to it and go to it really, really easily. What is your favorite video that you've done?
I'm really not sure, but my favorite video I've probably ever done is where we donated a bunch of deer to the what's it called?
Hunters for the Hungry.
Hunters for the Hungry. Our hunting club, Vernon Hill Hunting Club. We killed a bunch of deer within 3 days, and we donated it probably, I think it was around 40 deer to Hunters for the Hungry.
That is absolutely amazing, and it was y'all, and if I remember correctly, it was a combination of two hunting clubs, right?
It was Vernon Hill Hunt Club, White Oak, and Oakdale.
Okay, so Vernon Hill Hunt Club,
White
Oak,
and
Oakdale. So shout out to those hunting clubs. They're all located in Halifax.
Yes, I think.
I don't know. I hadn't
think
heard of
might be
Oakdale.
near Danville.
Okay, yeah, that's the only one I wasn't sure of. But I think the Hunters for the Hungry is a great program. I've certainly donated meat to them over the years when I've been fortunate enough to fill my freezer. So kudos. I think y'all did a great thing. That's a lot of 37 or 38 deer or something like that. That is a lot of meat that's going to some needy families. So again, y'all are just doing good things, and I'm proud to be neighbors, if that makes sense. We're all in the same community, and Sean and I, with this podcast, we really like to talk about our area in southern, South Central Virginia, I guess you would call it, and North Central North Carolina. It's an area that's full of some great people, great hunting, great fishing, and I don't care what anybody says, it deserves to be on the map and to be recognized, and it's for things like that. So I'm proud to be associated with you guys. How about that?
Thank you. I just try to spread word of all the great things we do, and hopefully one day it'll all come and work out.
Well, awesome. Let me ask you this. I'm going back to the YouTube thing, because this is something as a content creator I struggle with myself. How do you keep it fresh? How do you get new ideas? What do you do?
Pretty much, I just watch a whole bunch of my favorite YouTubers, I just watch them and see what they're doing, and then kind of find what helped them and what got up their views up, and then just kind of produce kind of like the same content what they're doing, and just making it my own though.
Yeah, I understand. I do the same thing, just constantly watching other people and seeing what they're doing. And it's not that we want to rip them off, but, we'll see something that they're doing that will inspire something like, oh, hey, I got an idea. Or, hey, I do something similar to that all the time and never even think to talk about it. So, that's what I say all the time. I'll be like, man, I do that. And I just don't think it's relevant. But, man, maybe it is relevant. But, it's hit or miss. You never know. You never
Yeah.
know. One thing I always ask, just because I go through this myself, is, what, people probably have no idea how many hours you spend behind the scenes putting a finished product together. What would you say, an average video that you do, how long does it take you to edit it and polish it up and put the finishing touches on it?
Well, average video, especially a hunting video, we like to film about 7 days that week, and then probably when I get home, it takes me a solid 3 to 4 hours just to edit the video itself, and then try to find a great thumbnail to put out, and then come up with a title. It probably takes every bit of 8 days in total just to make one video.
And that video is what, 8 to 10 minutes on average, something like that?
Yeah, around 8 to 12 probably.
Yeah. So I don't think a lot of people really understand the amount of work that it takes to put this stuff out. And I certainly had no idea when I started, but I'm learning very quickly. So again, just I bring that up because I want people to know how hard you're working to put this stuff out there and make it happen. So again, I would encourage people to go check out that channel. Do you I mean, I know you're on Facebook personally, but do you have like other pages that are other social media that you do that's dedicated to the same thing as your YouTube channel?
No, it's just mainly my personal accounts and then my YouTube channel.
Okay. So people can find you on Facebook, Instagram, tickety tockety,
Yeah, pretty much
all
all
the
of that's the
things.
same as Bailee Henderson.
Gotcha. And if you want to look up Bailee, his first name is not spelled how you might imagine it is. So you want to tell him how your name is spelled?
Yeah, it's spelled Bailee, and then Henderson is Henderson.
Okay, you won the spelling bee. Congratulations. Yeah, when I first saw that, I had to do the double take, and then I was afraid to say your name out loud because I was like, maybe there's a pronunciation that I don't understand here. And last thing you ever want to do is say somebody's name wrong, because it's embarrassing. But no, all good here. I think we've covered most things. Is there anything else about your YouTube channel or hunting or anything else you wanna talk about while you're here?
No, sir. I just hope everything works out and eventually, and all hard work, dedication makes a dream come true.
Yes, sir. Well, you're doing a great job so far. Again, to recap, this was our first ever big buck and bear contest. So you won the bear contest, so that was awesome. Your bucks, you came really close to winning one of the monthly contests on your bucks, and you were in the running for the grand prize at the end on the buck. So you were in the thick of it that whole contest, that whole way long. So I look forward to seeing what you can submit to us next year. And I look forward to continuing to watch your channel grow and watch you grow as a young man. And we'll be following you closely to see how things going and offer you all the support we can.
And thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, Bailee Henderson, everybody. Thanks for coming out and spending your afternoon with us. And that's it. We'll see everybody next time.
See ya.
Peace.